Today we will be determining the area and circumference of a circle. And I know that last year in 6th grade you learned this. So this might be a review lesson for some of you, and some of you it might be a refresher. So the first thing we want to talk about is we need to know what a radius is of a circle in order to do that. So the radius is the distance between the center and any point on the circle. So if I have a circle, the radius is from the center out. Let's write down the definition and draw the picture. Diameter is the distance across the circle through the center. So if I draw my circle, here's the center, and the circumference, or the diameter, is from one side to the other, going straight through the center. Pi, P-I, pi, not the pie that we eat, we will also need to know today, is equal to 3.14. And it looks like this. That's how we write pi, the symbol for pi. Now, area of a circle is the space inside of the circle, and it's measured in square units. So when I'm talking about the area of the circle, that is all of this space inside of the circle. And to find the area of the circle, area is a short word, just like radius is a short word. So to find the area of the circle, area equals pi, which is 3.14, times radius and squared. And I remember that because radius and area are both small words, and since the radius is squared, small, I need to square it. The next word we need to know for today is circumference. And the circumference is the distance around the circle. So if I draw my circle, the circumference is this part of the circle. And the formula for that is circumference equals, and since circumference is a long word, and so is diameter, it's pi times the diameter. So take a few minutes to write down those definitions. And if you need to, pause it, go back and get the ones up top. And then we're going to start to find the area and circumference of circles. So we have two examples here. And what I like to do is when I get the circle, I like to identify what they give me first. So since it's going from the center out, I know that this is the radius. So I'm going to write down radius is equal to 9 meters. Now remember, the diameter is the whole distance across. So if from here to here is 9, then from here to here is 9. So 9 plus 9 is 18. Or I can just do 9 times 2, since 2 of them make it up. So my diameter is 18 millimeters. And now I can find my area and my circumference. So I'm going to start with area first. Area equals, write the formula down first, pi times r squared. And I already told you that pi is 3.14 times radius. The radius is 9 squared. And then I'm going to stick that in my calculator. And I get 3.14 times 9 squared. 9, and remember we can use the little X to the 2 button and hit enter, and I get 254.34. And remember, this is square units, so it's millimeters squared, and that's my area. Now to find circumference, that formula was pi times diameter. So pi is 3.14 times the diameter. Remember they gave me the radius, 9, so 9 and 9 makes 18. And then I'm going to stick that in my calculator. 3.14 times 18, and I get 56.52. And this is just measured in units, so it's simply millimeters. Now I need to ask myself, would it make sense that the area, which remember is the whole inside of the circle, is bigger than the circumference, which is just the outside? And that makes sense, because there's more space in here than just around the circle. Now we're going to go to our second one. This time, they gave me the diameter, so I'm going to write that down. Diameter equals 49 inches. And I also need to know the radius. Remember, the radius is from here out. So what I really want is half of that. So I'm going to do 49 divided by 2 this time. To find out what half of that line is going to be. 49 divided by 2 gives me 24.5. So the radius here is 24.5 inches. And now I can plug those into my formula and find the area and circumference. So write the formula first. Area equals pi times r squared. Pi is 3.14 times the radius, which we just found, is 24.5 squared. And I'm going to put that in my calculator. 3.14 times 24.5, x to the 2, enter, and I get 1,884. Two places after the decimal, 0.78, or I could round that up to 0.79, or I could just write down 785, because it's only 3 numbers after the decimal. We only go 2 if it's a large number. And then remember, this is 1,884, 1,884 point, let me go back and look at it again, 785. And that's inches squared. And next I'm going to find my circumference. So circumference equals pi times diameter. Remember, pi is 3.14 times the diameter, the whole distance across, which is 49. 3.14 times 49 equals 153.86. And since this is circumference, it's just inches, not inches squared. And that's my answer. So what I would like you to do is to do 2 practice problems on your own. You're going to find the area and the circumference of both of these circles. If you need to, go back and look at the problems that I did. Go back and look at your definitions for your formulas. And remember to write your formula every time, because the more we write it, the more we'll remember it. And if you have any questions, Write them down and we'll discuss them tomorrow in class.